as promised, we're all reunited back on the Let's Get Started page in your MAP account. Thank you for creating a MAP account. And keep in mind, we are going to be using it throughout all 4 years of your high school, plus in this eighth grade final semester. Step one is all about career exploration, about finding the kind of career you think that will lead to a very fulfilling and happy lifestyle. Some of you may feel like you know what you're going to do, and others of you may have no clue. Either way, that is perfectly fine, okay? This career exploration is made for both of you. The purpose of it is to get to know a little bit more about yourself, your values, your interests, your skill set, and then to build on it and be able to research and dig deeper. As eighth graders, there are lots of things about your dream career, whether if you don't know it or you do know it, that you just don't know some details. Whether it's about what that person does a day in a life, what it's about salary regulations, what it's about stress on the job. So we are going to be able to dive into the different avenues, but we've got to get started somewhere. And the step one start is to take the work values assessment. I am, again, going to really walk you through pretty slowly since this is our first time using the program. Remember that we are also building that Pinterest portfolio where you will have quick access to talk with your parents, maybe at parent teacher conferences, or to have a mini conference with your advisor, and to be able to chronicle what some of your exploration and some of your follow up thoughts were as you reflect on things. So, with a clean slate, on step one, we're going to explore the work value survey. Please click on the red work values. And for our purposes, I'm going to get rid of my previous results because I have taken this survey a million times and I'll take it a million more. Confucius has a quote there that is really, really true for happiness in life. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. To find a career that is fulfilling, so fulfilling that it doesn't even feel like it's work, that it's almost an honor. It's just a very much such a good fit for you. So we want that kind of job. That's a good goal for our post-secondary lives. And remember, when we say post-secondary, that means life after high school. All right, so let's click the red work values assessment. And you are going to see 20 items listed in the left-hand column here. The sentence starter is, for my job, it's important that. And then we have sentence finishers. These sentence finishers all need to be rated on your value set. Is it something that you would say is very unimportant? All the way through 5 categories to extremely important. How will you prioritize it? So, for example, for my job, it's important that I make use of my abilities. Hypothetically, if I answer this one, I'm going to say, yeah, that's important to me. When I decide what my answer is, I click in the box, a check mark appears, and then the X's are faded for where I didn't choose to put it. The tricky thing about this assessment is there only can be 4 check marks per column. So you might have to do some rearranging, you might have to make up your mind and make some compromises. Since I have taken this survey a lot of times throughout my career, you may find that I'm taking it pretty fast. So if you feel the need to pause this instructional video and then come back to us when yours is done, that would be fine. And I will be waiting here for you. We will all walk through together. So let's take the survey. Okay, my 20 items are filled in. If yours aren't, no worries, no rush. This is you doing this at your own pace. So please feel free to pause the video and we'll all get back together. Okay, I take it we are all unpaused and completed by now. All of us have check marks in our boxes. We're going to hit calculate and it's going to give us our results. It will tell us the two values that best represent your ideal work environment. So in a perfect world, my primary value is relationships. And if I look at the text description here, it says I need, for ideal, I need to be allowed to provide service to others, work with coworkers in a friendly, non-competitive environment. Corresponding needs, coworkers, moral values, and social service. This is a bullseye hit for me. I know that I'm a person who I want to talk. I want to help people. I want to collaborate. It's a nature of a job of being in education and being in counseling. So when I think of these 20 simple things that I just really quickly mark the check marks, it surprises me that it's so spot on. My value is true to me. I really do feel like my relationships with people is a driving force. Take a look at your primary value. What do you think? Does it match you? Is it something that you're like, nodding that head yes? Or is it something that you never really considered as important? Remember, this is one survey taken one time. We're going to take it several times, or honestly, you could take it as many times as you'd like because you have login ability at all times. Secondary value for me is achievement. Focus in on the results, using strengths to achieve those results. Again, I like to get things done. I like to take what I can do and know how to do and explore that to contribute to completing projects or whatever it may be. Look at your secondary value. Is it something that you feel aligned with? Is it something that you need to think more about, that you might have a strength in this capacity? Mine definitely not the biggest bullseye is relationships, but in my heart of hearts and in my mind of minds, I know I want to get things done. Okay, so with that being said, we are going to piggyback to our Pinterest account. And for the first time, we're going to create some pins. And this is really a pretty surface level pin that is going to be a good starting point for us. So I'm going to remember primary value for me is relationship. Look at your primary value. What's your word? I go over to Pinterest and I'm going to make sure I am on my page that shows me my 4 boards I've created. Okay? I'm going to go to my I'm going to go to my plus sign. Let's do it this way. Go to my plus sign and I'm going to create a pin. Wow, when I get to the screen, I realize I need a picture. So I want to include my results of this survey in here because it's going to be a discussion point for maybe at parent-teacher conferences or with my advisor, my parents, or whatever. So I'm actually going to go to Google Images. Okay, and I could go any which way to get there. And I know that my primary value is relationships. So I'm literally going to say the word relationships. Okay? And what I want is I'm going to pick an image that's going to remind me and document what it is that I got at as my primary result for my work value. So if you would do the same, then when we pick our picture, I'm going to be like, yeah, I like that. It's all about relationships. Okay? I'm going to hit save for the image with my Pinterest. Okay? 9th grade is where it's going to go. I'm going to click that side arrow and put it in career exploration. Okay? It's now has its own screen and it disappeared on me. Oh my goodness. I'm going to try that again for a second. I'm going to hit save It's in ninth grade. It's in career exploration. I wonder if I'll get 2, but we'll find out. And I'm going to hit see it now. Okay. This is the picture that I want. I want to edit it because I want to write a note, a little description. So I'm going to delete what it says, and I am going to put primary work value result equals relationships. Okay? Real quick note, I just created my very own pin. Okay? So I have, if I go back to my face, I am going to see ninth grade, 1 pin in 1 section. I look at it, primary work value result, relationships. That's great. Okay, let's get our secondary one. I'll show you what we did again. We're going to go to our profile photo. Okay, I'm on my 4 boards. I'm going to go to the plus sign to create a pin. Okay, I'm hopping over to Google Images. My secondary one was achievement, so I'm going to put in the word achievement. Okay, I'm Googling that, and I'm going to find one that I like. Just, looking at the graphics of it, what is it that I see? I like the word achievement. I'm going to go just with this green. I hit the Pinterest save. I'm going to put it in ninth grade. Going over to my little arrow there. Maybe. There we go. I'm going to hit career exploration. There it is. See it now? Click there. I edit. And I'm going to delete what they have there. And I'm going to put secondary work value equals achievement. And I'm going to hit save. Even though I'm an 8th grader, I'm starting a file in my 9th grader because that is when I'm really going to start to reflect. When we get to the point of using the map and using some of these tools, you will have several months of high school under your belt already. So you'll be able to look back and think about, okay, relationships and achievement. How does that fit into life right now? All right, I'm going to click on my Pinterest portfolio again, and I've got 2 pins in 9th grade. It just amounts to some Google images that I want to use as kind of my board of where I'm going to launch some future discussion and reflection. So that's 13 minutes of some work values. We will continue when we get a chance with our next lesson. Stay tuned.